Oh, Lord. What's up, everybody? Let me preface this video before the bitching starts that if I was involved in an actually a truly reciprocal quid pro quo relationship, I'd be more than happy with that. Now, with that being said, I look at relationships that I've been in. I look at relationships my friends are in. I watch how they interact. I watch relationships in the mall. I watch relationships in the gas station, in public, in general, day-to-day atmosphere, It's not just solely my personal experience, but just monitoring and viewing the world from a third-person perspective. Why are men going Mgtow? And for you that aren't familiar with Mgtow, it just means men going their own way. It means, fuck women, I'm just going to do what I want. Why are they going Mgtow? Now, for my older female viewers, you may remember a time when relationships were more reciprocal. It was more of a give and take, and the man did his duty and the woman did hers, and it worked out well. A fair match was made. You both had something of value to offer to that relationship and to an end goal. Now, even, what am I now? I'm right at 34. Even 10 years ago, things were vastly different. So different. 10 years ago, I could see it coming, like, in a few people here and there, but there was still some sort of reciprocity. There was still a respect for masculinity. There was still a respect for femininity. And you could still, it wasn't so hard to find someone that was willing to make an even trade and even bargain on that. But today it's so different. Without going into my stories, I see it just day in and day out. Guys hanging out, the second the girlfriend or the wife walks into the room, their entire demeanor shifts and changes into groveling to her to please her. She walks in like a fucking, for lack of a better word, a dictator, screaming and yelling and cursing demands, and the guy does nothing more than to do what she wants, or else, the rest of his night or the rest of his week is going to be hell to pay because she's going to be a fucking bitch about it. And I see this so often, these women that are dictating to men everything they need to do, and these men are fucking falling for it. At the end of the day, these guys are getting nothing in return. They're literally have become slaves to this queen bitch, this queen princess bitch that thinks she owns the world. It's sad. It's really just sad for me to watch. But it makes everything just so clear. I've known this for a very long time, but to just watch it in day-to-day action it's reaffirming, but sadly reaffirming, and makes me realize I do not want a relationship at all. Now let's just go into girlfriend. If she's going to be a dictator, demanding and telling me what to do all the time, or bitching and complaining about what I do all the time. On top of that, she's going to be wanting me to spend my money on her, but she's never going to spend her money on me. There's going to be no reciprocity at all, other than maybe occasional reciprocity in sex. But how far is that going to take you? I mean, not very far. Can we sit down and have a reciprocal conversation? Can we have reciprocal bills? Can we have, there's so many things that go into this, and women just think that the guy is there solely to fucking give them free fucking shit, and they don't have to do anything in return. And this is the problem with dating now and the world now. And just watching these guys following their girlfriend around like a lost puppy and giving into their endless and needless demands and control antics and manipulation tactics and shit testing, it makes me want to vomit. I'm like, fuck a relationship. Hell no, not for me. And no way in hell do I want to get involved in a situation like that. You know what? I would like to wake up in the morning and scratch my nuts and not get yelled at. I would like to take a shower and not get yelled at. I would like to have my friends over and not get yelled at. That goes on and on and on and on. And that's just a girlfriend. Let's go into marriage. Now this dumb fuck has decided to marry somebody. And then what happens? Well, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in, she decides, I don't want this anymore. And he's got to give half his motherfucking assets to her. Off the gate. And, depending on the situation, alimony. Because she needs to uphold the lifestyle that she's been accustomed to. So he's got to pay that fucking shit on top of losing half his assets. And then, on top of that, he's got to pay child support that he doesn't know where that money's going to. He could pay, just to give a figure, $1,000 a month in child support, and that woman can use that money however the hell she wants. It doesn't even have to be, she doesn't have to prove that it's being spent on the kids. She can take that money and go out clubbing, go to trips to Europe, do whatever the fuck she wants, with no proof having to be made that that money was spent towards the kids whatsoever. So not only did he get, it's like a quadruple fuck here. He's getting fucked in more holes than he has to get fucked in. Literally. Just absolutely, completely fucked. On top of that, the woman's gonna, as per typical with breakups, the woman's gonna fucking slander his name, tell everybody how abusive he was and how he was an asshole, and ruin his reputation, ruin his image, ruin his friendships, ruin any kind of relationships he had at all. And people are just going to believe the woman with no proof whatsoever. No proof whatsoever. But they'll go, she said it must be true. Women never lie, right? How could that ever happen? And you just got to think, for a modern man in this day and age, there is absolutely nothing to gain by being in a relationship, as I've laid out. Even just having a girlfriend, you're going to get used and demeaned, and she'll probably end up leaving. If you get married, things get even worse, where you're setting yourself up for absolute failure no matter what. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up paying out your ass, and everybody's going to tell you it was all your fault, just because the woman said so. For the modern man, there is nothing, and I want you ladies out there to listen to this, there is absolutely nothing for a man to gain by being in a relationship, period. Now, one could make the argument, well, he'll get regular sex. That's maybe one thing. What happens when she starts cutting off sex because she's mad? Oh, there goes that. What now? Oh, but he gets companionship. Oh, well, that's why, she's kicking him into the doghouse, metaphorically, whenever she doesn't get her way or when he doesn't comply with her wants and needs. Is that really companionship? Is that really love? Doesn't seem like it to me. To be bluntly honest, a man will achieve more, a man will gain more, and a man will find more contentment and, let's be honest, more sex by just staying single and doing what the fuck he wants. There is not one single benefit for a man to be in a relationship in today's society. It is nothing but a lose-lose scenario, just like when you were in a narcissistic relationship. It is lose-lose no matter how you fucking cut it, and no matter what somebody fucking tells you, you are going to get fucked. Just like no matter what with a narcissist, you are going to get fucked. It's inevitable, and the only way to win is just leave the whole situation. The only way to beat the narcissist is leave and never talk to him again. This is Mgtow, guys. This is what it is. And what baffles me is that there's still so many women out there arguing, not all women are like that, but yet somehow you all are. Or it's not like that. You must have been hurt in the past. You must have this. Who hurt you? Why are you so jaded? It's not jaded. It's looking at fucking reality for what reality is. Imagine if you went to a friend and were complaining about your narcissistic abusive relationship, and they just told you you were jaded. Oh, somebody must have hurt you. Men aren't like that. Somebody must have hurt you. How ridiculous that would be. And that's exactly what's going on now. You look at the facts, man. I don't know what it is. Social engineering, feminism, maybe. Too many Disney movies. Too much ego, too much pride. Maybe never having boundaries set as children. Modern day women are, in all respects, completely and utterly useless and trash. They're useless, other than spreading their legs, and let's be honest, that only goes so far. And people want to call the guys that are smart enough to see this going on and see this happening day by day by day. They want to call them out and say that they're just jaded, they're stupid, they're hurt. No, that's not it, people. We just see it. We see it for what it is. But no one else wants to. I just, when I see it, I mean, it just confirms everything in me that I'm like, when I was little, I was like, I'll find a wife and I'll have kids and shit. Now I'm legitimately at 34. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to. If this is how the game is going to be played, fuck this game. This game is bullshit. I'd rather just go off and do my own thing. What's wrong with that?